Hey queens, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I got my hair to look like this, make sure you stick around to the very end because I'll be walking you through my silk press routine from start to finish. But before I get into that, I want to dive into something that's been on my mind lately. Self-confidence versus self-worth. Now, I know you're here for the hair, but trust me, you don't want to miss out on this conversation. Alright, so while I start getting into the process, I want to talk about something I feel like we don't talk about or hear enough. And that's the difference between self-confidence and self-worth. A lot of people mix them up, but they're not the same at all. So let's break it down. Self-confidence is the belief in your abilities, the way you carry yourself, how you show up in the world. It's the way you feel about your external actions, like how you perform at work, how you look, how you communicate with others. And honestly, confidence can be pretty fragile because it's based on external things. Things like how your day is going, whether you're getting validation from others, or even how you think others see you. For example, when I do my hair like this, it makes me feel confident. Especially in today's society where women base their self-worth off of external things, like if they have makeup on their face, weave in their hair. Don't get me wrong, I love getting my makeup done, love getting my eyebrows done, love getting my nails done, but I've learned the difference between self-worth and self-confidence. So rather I have a 32-inch bust down, some bohemian knotless to my butt, or I'm rocking my natural hair, I still feel beautiful regardless. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have them days where I just got a little rough looking bun in my head or a little ponytail and make me be hair depressed. But that doesn't define my worth. That doesn't define who I am as a person, because those are all external things and features of me. That does not define my character. That does not define my personality. That's just how I look that day. You know, that's just my appearance. But here's the thing, your worth isn't like that. Self-worth, on the other hand, is deeper. It's about who you are at your core, your value as a person, not because of what you do or what you look like, but because you're worthy of love, respect, and all the good things life has to offer simply because you exist. Your self-worth comes from within. It doesn't fluctuate based on the outside world. That's what makes it so powerful. It's like, just because my hair is looking good today doesn't mean I'm suddenly more valuable or better than anyone else. And just because I don't always feel confident doesn't mean I'm any less worthy of love, kindness, or success. A lot of people get that twisted though and think they need to be perfect or meet certain standards to have worth. But in reality, your worth is consistent and constant. Sometimes I'll do my hair and be like, yes, girl, look at you looking all good. And other times, maybe I'll feel a little bit off. But neither of those moments change who I am deep down. Confidence can come and go with a good hair day or a bad day at work. But your worth, that stays with you no matter what's happening on the surface. And here's the thing, self-worth isn't something you have to earn. It's innate. It's like the foundation that supports everything else. If you can learn to separate your worth from how you feel about your appearance or achievements, you'll be able to navigate life in a much more grounded and positive way. Period. Another way to differentiate between self-worth and self-confidence, your worth is the foundation because it's basically who you are, right? And self-confidence is the house that's built on that foundation. And you can't have one without having the other. And if you do, it makes your life a little bit more complicated when it doesn't have to be. So making sure you put the same energy into looking good on the outside, into putting in the inner work to understand who you are as a person and to love yourself unconditionally, no matter what. And don't get me wrong, it's definitely easier said than done, especially when we've been taught by society or just in general that our confidence is everything. It takes time, but just like going to the gym, working out, the more consistent you are, the better your results are. Start today. If you haven't already, just start today building up your self-worth, or understanding your self-worth, I should say, excuse me. We can always fake it till we make it, honey, but it's better to know who you are. And I feel like a lot of people, especially in this generation and in our society, we lack a lot of authenticity. Everybody wants to be like everybody else. Everybody wants to dress like everybody else. Everybody wants to do the same thing, and that's a problem. Because if everybody's looking the same, doing the same thing, that leaves no room for new things to be done or for our creativity to expand. You know, and who wants to live in a black and white world? Let's add some color into it. But that's definitely a different topic for a whole nother video. I want to touch back on why it's so important to understand your self-worth. And hopefully it encourages you to do your inner work. Self-worth is the foundation of resilience. When you understand your worth, you're better able to bounce back from setbacks or triumphs or failures. You know that failure doesn't diminish who you are. It's simply part of the process. With self-worth, you have the strength to keep going because your value isn't dependent on a specific outcome. 2, it influences your relationship. If you have a strong sense of self-worth, you're less likely to settle for unhealthy relationships or tolerate poor treatment. You know you deserve respect, love, and support, which sets the standard for how you will allow others to treat you. It also helps you show up as your authentic self, fostering deep and more genuine connection. It guides decision making. When you're secure in your worth, your decisions are guided by what's best for you, rather than seeking validation or approval from others. You're more likely to prioritize your well-being, make choices that align with your values, and pursue goals that are fulfilling to you and you only. It promotes mental and emotional health. A solid sense of self-worth protects against feeling of inadequacy, anxiety, and depression. When you value yourself, you're less likely to internalize negative messages or let outside criticism define your sense of identity. You build emotional resilience, which is crucial for maintaining mental health. It also allows you to live more authentically. Self-worth allows you to live true to who you are without fear of judgment. You can pursue your passions, express your opinions, and set boundaries without worrying about being good enough or perfect. You also recognize that your value comes from within and not from meeting others' expectations. People with a positive sense of self-worth are generally more content with their lives. They tend to pursue goals and activities that bring them genuine joy rather than ones driven by a need for external approval or validation. This leads to a deeper sense of fulfillment and a more positive outlook. Before I go, I just want to say you don't need anyone else's approval to feel worthy. You've already got it just by being you. So if you found anything in this video that I said helpful, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a comment below and let me know what's one way you remind yourself of your worth when your confidence feels low. I love hearing from you all. Thanks for hanging with me while I do my hair, and remember, you're worthy no matter what. I'll see you in the next video. Later, love you, bye. Mwah.